I've never felt older. People who are 20 think I am ancient. The 30-somethings look at me like I'm a baby fresh out the womb. You have time, they say. You have so much time. You are so young. But secretly, they fear the same thing. They're freezing their eggs and putting on sunscreen. It's true, I don't recognize any of the 90 songs they sing at karaoke. But somehow I feel my youth slipping away, melting into the cracks in the sidewalk. My friends joke about how old we're getting. We sit around the kitchen table and casually chat about freezing our eggs over chai lattes. Should we do it at 28, 29, 30? I step back and realize our conversations have changed. To be 26 is to believe you have it figured out, just to be reminded abruptly that you don't and you never did. It is coming to the scary realization that nobody, not even those you look up to, has it fully figured out. Sometimes your heroes don't know the answer either. We're all just wandering through life, dodging hard realities until we're forced to face them head on. At 26, I watch as the first batch of college lovers get married. I think about happenstance meetings and imminent IPOs on the way to Safeway. People begin to ask me for advice, and I wonder if I'm qualified to give it. I start to recognize faces on the Forbes 30 Under 30 list. I'm recognized in public and my friends are amazed. I grieve my college years. Some of my friends are quitting their jobs to travel the world and become YouTubers. Some are gunning to become executives, grasping onto rungs of the corporate ladder. Some start their own companies. They talk about VCs, YC, and co-founders. I dream of a distant future where I start my own thing one day. Me, I like work. I get to launch products worldwide. I learn something new each week and I try to soak in as much as I can. I'm flown to offsites and I learn to expense things. Partner companies invite me to baseball games and fancy dinners. Articles are written about my work. It feels new and exciting. I work with talented and genuine people. We take singing lessons and learn to make pasta together. I appreciate that we can have fun and get work done at the same time. In the era of COVID, working in the office is optional, so nobody shows up. We have a beautiful view but no viewers. We have so many snacks but no snackers. I've only known of empty offices. I wonder what people mean when they speak of a time when offices were bustling with conversation, when you saw more than 20 people at lunch. My company moves to a smaller office space. It is 1 floor instead of 3. Still, nobody shows up and I work amongst empty desks. Sometimes I wonder if I'm doing the right thing climbing the corporate ladder. Will I truly be happy if I become a senior product manager? Or a VP? These are questions I cannot answer right now. I've lived in San Francisco for almost 2 years now, and it no longer enchants me. I don't feel the same thrill of walking down the street that I used to. I used to look deeply in the faces of people I'd pass by, wondering who I'd meet and who I'd get to talk to. I'd wonder if I'd bump into somebody I knew and celebrate it as a huge coincidence. Now I don't feel that same excitement. I fear the novelty has worn off, and sometimes I wonder if anything will excite me anymore. I live in an interesting moment in time. Self-driving cars roam the streets. They malfunction and block intersections. I wake up one day and my friends are laid off. I've taken more COVID tests than I can count. The local tennis court has become a testing site. My coffee is $8.50 and I accept it. My friends ask ChatGPT to write their breakup texts. My roommate shows me a picture. "Does this look AI generated to you?" she asks. It is hard for me to tell. I trudge up several mountains to get groceries. I talk to the camera like it's my best friend. On the phone, my dad tells me he's never experienced a time where people hate each other more. Friends try to convince me to move to New York, and I consider it for a brief moment. At 26, I want to keep learning. I started taking tennis lessons. My coach accidentally called me Charles once and hasn't stopped. He is always late to lessons. Sometimes I cry on the tennis court and tell him about my woes. He makes me feel worse. But he has taught me how to do a forehand and backhand, and now I'm working on the serve. My friend gifted me sourdough starter, and now I am a bread baker. People are always impressed by my bread, and I am proud of my creations. I beam as they ask how I got the crust to look like that. It is just flour and water mixed together, with a sprinkle of patience, I say. I still love to take photos. It is perhaps the one constant in my life. My camera roll is filled with 50,000 pictures, and I can't stop myself from taking more. But I lie awake at night wondering what I'm supposed to do with all of these digital memories. I'm convinced it might be my life's purpose to figure this out. Because I have so many photos, Apple Photos has a lot of ammunition to attack me with the most heinous montages. It feels like the algorithm is out to get me. I am hard to take photos at weddings. I observe the ceremony of the betrothed one after the other. I take notes. I'm forever the camera girl, recording others' happiest moments and documenting my most somber. My grandpa is suddenly hospitalized. His platelet count drops steeply and he has a low chance of survival. The entire family flies in. We don't often talk, but we started a group chat and now talk like close friends. We rotate visits at the hospital. I witness selfless acts of love. We take pictures together, thinking they may be the last that we can take. I wonder if these pictures will ruin me in a year. My brain struggles to consider the possibility. Can we be a family without him? We hold our breath and wait. We share screenshots of platelet counts and transfusion updates. Over time, my grandpa recovers. I don't know how. It was against all odds. We all celebrate. It was the ending we prayed for. At 26, I feel like I don't have any of the answers, just all of the questions. Questions like, am I unbearable? Why do I still care, even after all these years? At 26, I'm beginning to believe in the possibility of wrinkles. I've accepted the fact that I will be forever the size of a kid. I'm afraid my loved ones will be gone soon. I sit by the phone and await calls with bad news. I spend so much time trying to identify what is making me feel bad, never truly able to pinpoint the root cause, orbiting various realities until I come to the conclusion that existence is always a bit sad. My parents are getting older. They need major surgeries and I cry myself to sleep at night wondering if it'll go well. I don't know if I'll have grandparents next year. My friends are all heartbroken. They try to piece back together their shattered hearts. I hear tales of selfish deeds and careless words. I am tired of disappointing men. I join the Heartbreak Club. I go to the dentist. My dentist drills a hole in my tooth and fills it back in. Behind the protective glasses, I begin to cry and I hope she can't tell. She doesn't notice. She warns me of receding gums and sends me on my way. At 26, I have a lot of friends, but sometimes it gets lonely. I feel like I am not entitled to sadness. My intuitions are usually correct, but I fight them to the death. I run miles and miles until I'm tired, because at least then I'm breathless by my own doing. I am the arbiter of my own pain. I can control how much it hurts. It feels hard to be happy in a world that demands your sadness. I am always behind in a fictitious timeline I've created in my head, no matter how many times I rewrite it. I wonder if one day it'll be okay, or if I've deluded myself into thinking there's always a happy ending. I travel to Peru to hike the Inca Trail. I meet 10 new friends. The stirrings of adventure come back to me, and for a brief moment I glimpse a glimmer of hope. We trudge up mountains and see stunning views. We sleep under the stars. I frolic amongst the Inca ruins. I take 2,303 photos. The wind is knocked out of my lungs, but I'm happy about it. My frozen limbs begin to defrost. I forget men who have wronged me and begin finding inspiration in the things around me again. The hurricane calms for a brief moment and I feel joy I haven't felt in some time. I'm hoping, dying, dreaming that it lasts. I notice I've been holding my breath for months, and I slowly let the air out of my lungs. The question in my head violently shifts from will I always be this sad to will I ever be this happy again? I return to my city. I start to appreciate San Francisco again. The sun sets at 5 p.m. and my life is ruined. But I love my cold, frilly city. You stupid, dirty, lovable city, San Francisco. You're the land of tech entrepreneurs and shattered window glass. I step in human waste at the bus stop and pass by a drug deal on the way to the dentist. A nearby building burns down in flames, and one night 3 men smash every car window on my street. But I love your ambition and you feel like home. You're backwards yet futuristic, but your skyline does take my breath away. I'm starting to think the only thing I'm certain of is that I certainly don't know what's going on. But in the depths of my confusion, I still am grateful for the adventure of life. I'm grateful for my roommates who uplift me, and for the friends who are there to receive my calls. I know even if I have questions, they have the same ones and we can talk about it together. I'm grateful for the sunset at Ocean Beach, for the 21 bus that never comes when it says it will, for my family who has heard the same story over and over again, and for Taylor Swift's belief in the possibility of forever. I find comfort in my friends' prayers, in my matcha latte morning routine, in my 2 pen pals that I've maintained for the past 5 years, and for finally learning how to curl my hair. Life is complex, and there are waves of happiness and waves of sadness. But what are the highs without the lows? And every once in a while, a surprise appears from around the corner that lights up my life. It reminds me that at 26, there's a lot to look forward to.